What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this is my long overdue episode 6 of NBA 2K17 upgrades, where I talk about players I think are going to get upgraded from NBA 2K16 to NBA 2K17. I know there were dynamic ratings in 2K16. They're relatively similar to what it's going to be. I don't think that's exactly what the players are going to be rated. First, we have got Paul Millsap, who last season had his second best scoring season of his career. He averaged 17.1 points per game. He averaged 9 rebounds for most of his career. And he shot 47% from the field and over 30% from 3. Paul Millsap is an extremely good defender. He's a good rebounder, and for the last few years he's been one of the Hawks' best and most consistent performers. And he's one of the players that when it's a bigger game he steps up, which was shown by, what did he have, like 45 points in one of those games against the Celtics. In my opinion, Paul Millsap will be upgraded to an 86 overall, one higher than he was in NBA 2K15, just purely because of how good this season was for him. He was an all-star, and he was without doubt the best player on the Hawks this season, who still did well. They were the 4th seed in the playoffs. They beat the Celtics, who are a good team, and even though they did get beaten handily by the Cavs, he still was very good against the Celtics. And just to even get to the second round without Al Horford playing well, without Teague playing up to his ability, just showed how good Millsap was as a player. So I think 86 overall is fair for him. Next up, we have got Doug McDermott, who in 2014-2015 without doubt the most disappointing rookie. In his first year in the league, he shot 31% from 3, only 67% from the line, and averaged only 3 points and 1 rebound per game. Last season, he stepped up. He became a good role player. He averaged 9.4 points per game, shot 86% from the line, and shot 43% from 3. I think Doug McDermott is going to be upgraded to a 76 overall, and he started last year as a 68 overall bronze, so a massive upgrade. And I think that actually this is going to be Doug McDermott's breakout year. He's got Rajon Rondo playing with him, he's got Dwayne Wade, he's got Jimmy Butler. All of them are great players, but none of them are lights out shooters. That's why I think Doug McDermott and Mirotic are going to have unbelievable years. Both of them are just going to get so many wide open shots from driving kicks, and both of them are great spot up shooters. And I think that if you're picking up a dynamic rating card, Doug McDermott will be one you can't go wrong with. But for 2K70 at the start, I think he's going to be a 76 overall, one higher than he was as a rookie in 2K15, just because he had a very solid season last year. Next up, we have got Kemba Walker, who, the more I think about it, the more I think, why wasn't this guy even considered for an all-star last year? Kemba Walker was the best player on the Charlotte Hornets, who were the 6th seed but tied at the 3rd seed because there's 4 teams the same record. He averaged 20.9 points per game, shot 43% from the field, 38% from 3, and shot 85% from the line. And the fact is he pretty much led the Hornets. Obviously, Al Jefferson was injured for a lot of the year. They still had Batum, they still had Jeremy Lin, but he was their leader, he was their main man, and his team, if they had won other tiebreakers, could have been the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. And the thing is, once the playoffs started, he stepped up his game even more. I think if I was rating him, I'd give him an 86 or an 87 overall, but it's 2K, he wasn't an all-star, he's not a major name. Even though he was the best player, he didn't get that much recognition because his team lost in the first round. So I think 2K are going to rate him an 84 overall, which I think is a little bit low for how good a season he had, how good a playoffs he had, but still it's an upgrade over the 81 he was last year. Next up, we've got Steven Adams, who started off as a 74 overall last year. While statistics wise, he actually had probably a worse year in 2015-2016 than he had in 2014-2015. He averaged less rebounds, only slightly more points, less blocks. To be honest, he was a very solid player. He only played 25 minutes a game because he had Enes Kanter and kind of liked to rotate them. But Steven Adams, statistics wise, won't blow you away. He's not a major scorer, he's not a major shot blocker, he's not an outstanding stats rebounder, but he's a hustle player. He plays defense, he can guard post players, he can guard pretty much anyone. He's without doubt one of the most feared centers in the league, and his playoffs just showed it. Draymond Green literally just needed to kick him in the balls to try to get him off his game. Steven Adams had an incredible playoffs after having a good season, so I think he's actually going to be upgraded to an 82 overall gold, just because of how dominant this guy was in the playoffs. If the Thunder had beaten the Warriors, he may have been the key to beating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Steven Adams is an extremely good player, and I think that he's going to be upgraded to an 82 overall next year. And last up, we have got Steven Adams' former teammate, Kevin Durant. I don't like talking about this guy because, to be honest, I've got enough hate for my opinion. I don't really give that. I don't really think it was that bad what he did, but I'll leave it at that. But anyway, Kevin Durant averaged 28.2 points per game last year, his third highest of his career. Shot over 50% from the field and nearly 39% from 3, while shooting nearly 90% from the line, and he got 8.2 rebounds per game and 5 assists. Kevin Durant had one of his best seasons as an NBA player, so I think he's definitely going to be upgraded. But with the way 2K are going to rate players to start, I think he's only going to be upgraded 1 to a 92 overall. I think he's going to be a 92 just because I think they're going to leave the 93 and above to LeBron and Steph and possibly Westbrook, but I think he may be a 92 as well. But anyway, this pretty much, the only reason he's a 92 is because I think 2K just won't rate him higher. But Kevin Durant had an incredible year. I think his stats are going to take a massive hit once he goes to the Warriors. So I think that he's not a dynamic rating card to pick up because there's a good chance that he'll average, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, something like that, and he'll go down from 92 to maybe a 90, so I wouldn't pick up his dynamic rating. But his regular card, I think, is going to be 92, but he's going to have better rebounding, better playmaking stats than last year, and overall I think he's going to just be a better player in game. So anyway, that's the video. That's just my long overdue upgrades number 6. I'm actually going to put another upgrades video out tomorrow, which should be Monday, and it's which legends I think should be upgraded. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.